Today na the 24th day of May 2022. I made a promise here on Saturday. Say 3 things them day where I want for lay na table. And I refuse to be distracted. Because sometimes and day, so I can make promise say, well, next week we'll go deal with this. Then we follow with waiting and Ibn a gone. We self begin pick. And we forget waiting we be done promise. But today, I want for bring calm the mayor Yvonne Aki Sawyerr, when are the mayor of Freetown, in legal team say, waiting ACC talk panda press release. They're on their own. People na so they talk na so me interpret them. They say then they challenge ACC and the decision we didn't take. I believe say you remember because we don't deal with that one day now, yeah? Where ACC on the day where the mayor be they celebrate in 4th year in office. The mayor go on Twitter. Well, in a kicking game, say 4 years in office, instead pull video of an achievement. That one day will be deal with an eye, we'll put on a table. Now ACC say, hold on, Madam Mayor. That lady that way they pass so, not to today. Because waiting do, we, now this we get for you. And the mayor with Madam Manja, then say then for payback 187 million leons. Where that one day being come up to like $14,500. On the day where we been deal with that case then or lay on a table, a lot of people be they suggest say make the mayor just pay. And say make the mayor just pay because that's small money. And so beaucoup people be they suggest that day. Well, Naya, me be talk say, say them be say the mayor in delivery unit when at the MDU, where na de manja in be the head. Then say the way we hire am not correct according to even the audit we local governments been do at that time. They say not correct. So not to the government for pay for that they let him pay. So they be telling say let all two engage and see how they want for pay this money back. And ACC being say, then they think even for come with prosecution. And so ACC being say, well, let's see, Naya. ACC be also tell we say, the mayor and Madam Kagbo, when a manja, then say through the lawyers, then be done request that be the actually wait request na big na wait how they talk but then say them be don't request for make them not go repay the amount we ACC say them for pay when at the 187 million. But ACC say they reject that one day and now then they under obligation for pay while they think for prosecute them. And then they ACC be left with him. Okay? Well now, I just try for you go listen that program day back. Because we'll be dealing with deep one. I just try for give you an overview of how ACC in be done deal with the case. Well now, the mayor and legal team say that decision the ACC take. Until ACC say they don't reject. Then say they're on their own. Why make them say so? Ugo kaya from them. Why make them say so? And say the mayor right now, himself, they out of the country. I don't know if this trip where he go back, he go to Madam Manjao. If he go turn back by this trip where he go so, Ugo pay. Because this one not this one I don't need to. Who go pay? Alright. Again, if you want forget, ACC, now then be publish the report, then press release. After then say, they don't investigate the mayor, FCC, and Manja Kagbo. And they may found and say they need for pay the sum of 187,904,830 leons. However, the kind reaction where the lawyer then take, the lawyer for the mayor, the response. So I don't know if now that same one day where they say they reject, but I want for believe say this is a new one. The lawyer then say, waiting ACC rights, waiting then go and put forward to ACC. Waiting then go put forward to ACC. ACC not even consider them. And so the lawyer then they say. They not consider them. But rather, ACC go ahead, then issue press release on social media on the 11th of May. When at that day, the mayor been 4 years in office. Then say, waiting nengi ACC just reject them without a fair opportunity for make them hear from them. Why then they challenge waiting ACC say? So this now waiting the legal team say. Then say waiting then send to ACC. Then clearly highlights waiting Manja Kagbo way now the person in question the team lead for the mayor in delivery unit. Then say it don't did it from 2018. 2018, now Manja Kagbo don't dey as the lead for the mayor in delivery unit. I make I be tell the mayor say, not call her mayor delivery unit. For calling the mayor's task force, because we see beaucoup task force them. Or the mayor in communication strategies or strategic communication units. Because when you say delivery, sometimes I make this happen so. Then say the mayor and Madam Manja, the travel expense paid in respect of the fare, the hotel, the per diem, that's that one way Madam Manja the file the mayor. Were done following one, council's procedures. 2, the signature of the mayor, the signature of the chief administrator, when instead of a vote controller, and the signature of the finance officer. Well, I'll go over that one day again. This one where then the claim say the mayor take Madam Manja for go up and down where they travel. We be get all our highlights deep on the last program. Well, now the legal team say, it not just follow so they go and then just make an kuku jumuku. The legal team say not to kuku jumuku then do. Then say, then follow council's procedure. And not to say then follow the council procedure no more. The mayor sign, the chief administrator sign, and the finance officer sign. Then say, but where they want for investigate this case, where ACC want for investigate the case, now the mayor and Manja, now then two no more, now in the interview, now in the investigate. They not talk to the chief administrator, they not talk to the finance officer. That at one point where the legal team for mayor want for make we know. Then they claim say the legal response, they say manja in travel expense when at that 187,904,830 leons. Then say through that work day where he work, but then 6 trip them where he follow the mayor for go up and down. Then trip them they yield an investment of over $4 million. And the legal team say. But again, the mayor who can read small par this in trip way they so waiting tell we. You all go over them. The travel expense, the per diem, and everything where them be say if for payback. Now let me say $14,500. But now the legal team they say yes, $14,500 now in spend. But this woman, because he go with the mayor, then be able for facilitate an investment of over $4 million. $4 million. The legal team also point out, see, as per ACC Act of 2008, Section 89, subsection 1B, repayment of amounts would automatically result in the payer being barred from public office for a period of at least 3 years. You understand? So, the law then they say, if the mayor and manager come together, they agree for pay that money. Where ACC say them for pay. Who say ACC say, and they not agree with taking the law and say. Well, the law then they quote a section inside ACC the act where automatically go make the mayor guilty. Say repayment of amount go automatically result in the payer being barred from public office for a period of at least 3 years. So the law then they say kojuma koju na in the one for use for make the mayor whatever political intention in go get, as no say where you put yes na the wall you dey read something. For saying away then they fend for make them go ban am. To me say and they lie them for the mayor and then they quote by a section na the ACC the act. We say as the mayor and manager they agree so they pay that money. Well, ACC go kind sign out say well, then guilty, then use money when they not for use, they how they use them, so they don't pay back because they're guilty and they are banned, or the mayor is banned from public office. Okay. So the law then they say, then TMAP say, then they maintain say, ACC, this kind of a trick where they want for put per the mayor for make he pay for a valid, that's now one. Matilda left. Okay. One, then say this kind of a trick, this kind of a way where then the fence say the mayor for pay back this money. And then they maintain say the ACC on this repayment of something when a valid and legitimate travel expense of the mayor in delivery unit team lead. And for make them ban the mayor from holding public office for at least 3 years. Not to foresee, but now wait and defend. Okay. Yeah. The legal arguments say instead of they allow the issue of the procedures them where you go query how the audits and everything be addressed via the parliamentary process, the ACC instead sought a criminal prosecution. A criminal prosecution for the exact same issue where the audit report been raised in the office of the First Lady. Aye! Yeah? Yeah? The liar, yeah. You hear what I say? They say, rather than make them allow the issue of the procedure where the audits the query, for me they address them, through if not through parliamentary process or waiting self. Instead, ACC don't take upon themselves, don't say this na criminal prosecution. And when they look this now almost the exact same thing where the audit report been picked back on the office of the First Lady. Well, then they talk. They say if not lie. Go na the audit report. Watch page 434. Now the audit report 2019 audit query number 5.50.2. Watch and they all for do the First Lady. And say na the kind and kind. Now in the happen so. But we can't to the mayor, then say no, na criminal way for deal with them. Enough for go through parliamentary procedures. Okay. All right. And then say, why make ACC take today the First Lady Yvonne, they no touch him. But now, then they come for turn the mayor Yvonne into a criminal prosecution. All right. In the conclusion, the law then say, the other they see ACC. One, then selective. Two, and say the power where ACC gets, then they use an inappropriately. Then power they get. Who side them for user? Not today they the user. Who side them not for user? And they go user. They say, and when they look and ping, this particular one where they want hang by the mayor say, now a bid for remove the elected opposition mayor through the misuse of the mandate and authority where ACC gets. I hope you understand. Then conclusion. You understand the conclusion, not so? Okay. Odeyegi. We don't yeri yo, we don't yeri. Well, I been asked just to say, even when the mayor not the tongue, this in recent overseas engagements. If you be good, manja. Because the case is still engo. On not hearing from ACC yet. The lawyer themselves don't talk. So they wait for ACC. We they wait for them. We they wait for ACC their own fire back. But just a quick update. The mayor of Freetown, Yvonne Aki Sawyerr, say this go na the United Nations International Migration Review Forum. We been start from the 17th of May to the 20th of May. In be talk to beaucoup people and it be present to incumbent mayors them and representatives of national governments them and international organization na different places them who side then come out. He say in participation na the Mayors Migration Council Leadership Board meeting alongside fellow board members them. He call them one and did a name from different sides of the world. But the roundtable discussion where you get in a chair, one of them, meeting the Africa Europe Mayors Dialogue. He say he represent the voice of mayors them at the International Migration Union. IOMB chair a policy debate. Outside the national government representative and the UN agencies then may present the outcome of reviews and implementation of the Global Compact on Migration and Global Compact on Refugees. He say with all the people that we meet, all the presentations that we do, two key messages na him being get. Firstly, for cities to effectively address the challenges within they face as a result of rural-urban migration. Salon a case study for that day. Now a book already. For that particular one, the way the mayor say, now in two key messages there. For address the challenges where cities then they face as a result, rural-urban migration or international migration, whether in cities or regions or destination or transit. We need effective decentralization and access to finance at the local authority level. You say now you go talk there. Okay. Instead you go sell a market for in city. Because this na Freetown. This one na Freetown. Local action, according to Ram, equal national success. He said for address the needs of the resident. This now wait you go talk. So we Freetonians them now they listen here. For address the needs of the resident, we not get for left nobody behind. We forget space for all levels of government for operate effectively and within the spirit of collaboration. Do we have that? There must be space for all levels of government to operate effectively and within the spirit of collaboration. Okay. So the mayor, he not left Madam Manja under the bus. He not left her. Okay. Sometimes we person not agree for a word. Let's continue. I please for my previous participation them na this kind meeting, along with Mayor's Delivery Unit Team Lead Manja Kagbo. He said, because I participate and in there by my side, Freetown Central Business District Regeneration Project with the city of Zurich. He said that one is scheduled for start this year, 2022. The creation of the Global Cities Fund, we don't provide 40 waste management, tricycle and livelihood for 240 youth. He said that one they include rural urban migrants in Freetown and also the Freetown Milan fashion industry collaboration. We go link Freetown fashion designers them to Milan fashion market. He said this go build skills and create jobs. He said in the talkam with pride. So in not throw him under the bus. Okay. He said even when you know the tongue, in the coordinate proper one with FCC team then na Freetown on a daily basis. And he please and gladly and extensive sanitation mopping up work they go right on at the east end after the heavy rains them we come then this year. This is just an update with the mayor Guy for make you know say he still stand by him and through the legal team they say na 14,500, but there was a yield of over $4 million. And then the claim say then go through the proper procedure. The people are for sign, but when they ready for interview and investigate, now only Manja and the mayor are they no more then talk to. They not talk to the chief administrator. They not talk to the finance person. So because of that, then get another way with they see them down at the legal team. And the one would then take crown it all. And say ACC the Fenway for say me the mayor pay back. And if the mayor pay back, he don't guilty for say he use public money, I not supposed for use them, and that one they go make them ban them from public office. We know Yeri from ACC yet on that one day. The last thing we Yeri from ACC. Now we ACC say waiting the mayor in legal team say then reject them. But something interesting yanda where the legal team claim say na social media na de ACC pull press release. For say they not inform them. For say they reject waiting they send. For say they not inform them because they say na social media. All right. And the latest this we have been promised for. Anybody will get fake name. I think it's high time I begin block una. Because una no man enough for use una real name for say what una want for say. Unless una create fake name and they can cause you've been blocked. And they even announce your name because I don't block you. And you're not going to even hear this. Unless if you're gonna your real account now you want for can hear. Make up game come us friend. Make we waiting na your take on this one. Welcome on board us friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me the platform. And thanks to all our listeners and viewers them. I hope say some of them go understand, say they can contribute towards whatever they in the floor positively. The issue still they boil on. Because no say the findings them beyond they get there now. But here is the legal team now, they address the ACC directly because of whatever a threshold we the ACC don't use for say this particular line here of thing that we are, let's say the ACC the mayor do now they make up for letting full up say a guilty of this crime. So but again the legal approach now, then they get this legal response say no, there are issues them where we know say the process them when they follow are the process when they follow from an advice with the parliamentary policies or now one day wo na the follow because of now you act to them you don't put for them work as an independent body partially follow na go do corruption for this and the country. But you find out say because of all the committees that would on the meet up and the procedure the committee them follow, people in the question, the one they wouldn't be used for even go investigate. But then come up with this suggestion, say now this and this, then go find out. But when you look within the legal body they do now towards this issue, then they try for say then a kind of they shifter some of the things them for meet up their own threshold. Then they go with more of a kind of the one first of all the try for say they go with policies them where the policies them would them put for say now so if for be it look like say now policies them where then they put for fit some particular events where in a particular one rather than now the general method where they be able to do a response. But looking at how you approach legal response in any country, politics in terms of corruption, there's a lot where you get for look into this. Because you get for look at the public, what in they look and they feel. You get for look at the benefits where you get for good to the country, and then the effect of what you accuse of corruption, the effect what you don't cause towards the country in development. So you outweigh anything there at some points, especially when you get a fragile nation. But yeah, now in they try for bringing again the legal body, and they say they respond again for say they look at the value of the waiting car inside as based on your allegations, say the method we the mayor follow, it not work well. So this is like a council, they look at the authority of the local council when they say that council procedures and against parliamentary policies them where they one side would they say that they accuse something they and then based on the decision where the ACC they make based on their own area where they will say this now when they measure this case. But we look say the effort where they make or they do, people they can say, okay, this and this now they see it they do. And the others they will say, you know, the method where they follow for letting you go achieve this method, say, I mean this you aim or you plan, say you want for transform Freetown, this not to the right method, especially in this particular case where they don't pick up. So the committee, then whatever they don't say when they say a public committee, but again, public committee we don't come up, then no people will not be actually see into this. But this point again where the other legal body where now the mayor union legal respond when the one they would represent her, and then the try for put say there is an area wherein you see now we also say there are people we exempt now from these policies wherein the one that will give you the law for lay you follow for can't send people and where they take money at the country, you're not able for address that policy because that policy in a policy we for go to parliament before you go take hand for take a look into this case. But if you jump, you go take case when one from them where they don't bring come under the audit where the people have go for don't audit in the parliament, then you finally say now that one day then say they try for draw and they draw for letting we say now we have something when I grounds because if the policy say when a government policy when the auditor general you report go to parliament then get for debate them. When they debate and then they go able to know the details, like 10 and now, then go say, well, look what you don't find out here. Yeah, go finalize them. Yeah, go finalize them. But if you they see you, the ACC, they come up based on public notification, or somebody they come like a media alarm from other social media platforms, then you take and say now I get to make an action behind this thing where I get to go and pick this particular case first. That will reduce the weight of waiting day in a parliament from that auditorial. Then you find out the government policies that what they don't put, then they deviate them. So now the lawyer they now back the there for whole lawyer for me. I say, well now you if you don't allow this auditor general, then the better in the parliament before you go take case day. But the ACC say, now we mandate because any time will get a whistleblower, you get to go attend today. So now more like a whistleblower where he talk now one day and with other events that will be they happen there, where you get to come an argument between the so-called the CA and then the other one way now be in deputy. So this being for bring a commotion where it bring the attention. And with other social media, you know, whistleblowing. So they say, well, the reason that one day they take advantage for inside a can settle up. So the outcome of it now, they say, well, let's set a special committee, let's go see what they happen in this case. But the case will go further for look into administrative investigation. So it's actually an issue of waiting naturally the determinant, then they put say, these are the determinant that will say, if we have to test something if it's sweet, if we have to test something if it's sour, we can forget the same method of mixture of testing. So if we test say this na acid, we can forget the right color paper for put out. When you change that to red, we say this na this. So that the same method will apply for this. So then they try to say the chemistry where they inside the ACC, then therefore apply that same method into other areas that instill in the toxin. If there was an area where you get duties of the parliament that what they're supposed to do, and then they're not going to do them, and inside the parliament, the one they will put policies, there are areas in the auditor general where they accuse it and do this, and then why you go can now, but something where say, relatively equate for say, waiting go out, equate to waiting come. So you see, it's like saying, well, this na double effect, this na bad thing really, but it not look bad because the goodness they surpass the bad. So in other words, the pain what you feel will be able to treat them because the medicine are bitter. Once you drink and you scratch, if you want to be at 2-3 days, the medicine don't well and the treatment, the sickness don't well. So this is what now the legal body that the client will say, who they represent, they will say, no, look, this is what you get for looking into. Now, to intentionally this. Not for saying a premeditated, say we plan for eat the money. Now the only thing now because of the plan where they at hand, and then people are able for go bring this money here so that they will able for let them get waiting the people they need for get based on the transformation. So you see there is a tug of war between development and investment. Wherein the other side, the one in the opposing, and then where they take, you see, say they in and this, they argue, now they go say, okay, where those investments, what with waiting the people and they don't take, what they accuse, say, then at the heads of inside that government day, then the heads of inside that parliament day, equates to waiting this local government, somebody where they work on a council in terms of union areas of his signature, with other people's signature and agreement, but just because of certain areas, the thing exposed. But it's to do with areas of what we see, who side the mirror they go, okay, you don't know, say, you don't go. Yes, you don't go for go bring certain things. And practically, what they see, say, actually equate with waiting, then they say. But the area now, when they say, the why you take this money for give this person here for let it go able for go do this action. We in action for go able for represent the council so that we are able to get something from the C40 one of them the mayor them council then they go able for bring a come. But again, looking at what the mayor do, I still they come into that now. Would they look say like a strategy in the plan and then they look to areas that will lucrative because when they throw a net, they make sure say they throw the net at a place where sometimes it will say where the catch will be, and then now the season this I throw the catch Just like what happened in Munich and the Munich old area about the Germans now. Because from recent one we are learned, the commissioner for survey about that, the Bloomberg, because if you don't put the bid for these cable cars, and just give an example of one of the project. They want for the cable car, don't put the projects with delay in funds with other sequence of time. But here is now recently, they don't see say now Germany, they don't get the plan C. This new government, they're ready for help in terms of cable cars. Then get that projects the way they try to implement cable car in the country and any developing country. So they say, oh, let me take a chance, let me throw the net because we don't see fish in the shake in that area, they don't go catch fish for the country. So you see, so these are the strategy what in they play. But in going to get this, they need a strength for them to pull this net back. So now that area they now, they find out say some people and they say, no, now you go draw the net and we'll not send you for go draw this net. And this net we use, not to the type of net we for use. Now if you don't use one way, you able for now small number you bring come. Now small number you bring come. So you find out the development in those areas, then they say, oh well, now small you bring come. By the time you don't bring and done, it will not cost you boku because you go, you come, you go, you come. Like we see other people and they travel the frequency based on this. So now that area they that technicality they try to fight against the ACC. While the ACC then they go directly say no, they not for go employ somebody where inform the necessary body according to local government law, the local government and local government branch, so local government by itself. So these are the areas now where you see the conflict with the interest and the come and then waiting the way you do because by now they try to give this particular fund for let that particular cable car it go able for exist because we see that project they go for long. So these are the kind of strategies where the mayor can do. But we don't know in details of actually of that area where they say, well, they're not being get people that we qualify for don't do them kind of tricks there. Who the people that they go the mayor for go play them tricks there, so they go get these funds for let them go come. Now that one day now then they say no, before don't tell we if we are not being get technical people we for do this job here because we don't make the one day we at the council, the city council, they not get jobs. Now was we not make them jobless. But that area the I don't know in terms of joblessness or now for capacitate them, they don't know for saying they for don't capacitate them, rather they mean to say for don't educate this staff. But again, when you say they educate the staff in other area technicality, you will find out say in the problem. But again, you will see say division be there. Maybe that the mayor be don't see them where if I ready for deliver this thing, the other one time the layers good day. So you find out say the event them of trying to progress and then the event of trying to say they control corruption. But when the corrupt now, you find out the corruption. The one that where they represent the area of stopping corruption, they have been accused of corruption. We because them before don't say, well, now we can bring this, now we can go. We don't take money from an area. That in terms of the government, the auditor general report, that one they try to discuss about, say, that one day people are still be draw about. If it don't work well for the ACC, for say, well, would they go with we own section, we own pattern, what would they try for make we own case? All would they make we pattern, would they make according to the actual law? So would they begin every time will be investigation, now this method will they apply. But when the sequence of people and they say, well, some people then go pay, we don't know, and then some people then go arrest them, we don't know, or some people then the case when they put, they don't get in a court now because of I didn't call them a judge without jury, will not get this mandate. So there's this framework of things, and you see the judiciary back, and then the executive power now, where they in dormant, nobody know the I can talk, but it see it act. So this is the executive power we will get. The executive power, you don't see say you don't grab one day, you don't talk. No, if anybody know they ever hear say, oh, we don't talk. We not go arrest the mayor. The executive power is so dormant that the power what they bring, what they see them. So if this is executive power, they override the judiciary. And when the executive power, sometimes they override the judiciary, they will begin to question certain things. But again, the judiciary, they felt they on very high because when they see again, they say they can convict certain cases. But when they come to generalize, when they talk of a change, people then go talk say there is a change, it's as good as arrest. Because now when you say a change, it's almost like when you say I don't blow. Now the change. I don't rest. I don't relax. I have now reached my achievement. So those changes, the people and they wait for say when there is a change, let people then rest. So that when this is justice, everybody will go tap they get the same amount. Not to order know they say, no, you know, open this amount. It's all equal share, all equal portion, all the equal instruments and tools that they use. When they apply, now these tools you get for applier, so you not go get all these kind of billions. Because whenever you do this thing, you will not say development where you supposed for car, it will delay. Because the time when you go for go do other thing, it is distracted. Except you meet somebody will focus by a particular thing. But at the time for talking here, let parliamentary procedures then sometimes work well so that they will reflect on the any area or institution where then they create. Because then they create a problem for the institution. Because we know say inside the parliament, people in the where they still argue about the auditor general in debate of the or the for debate in report. You see people they don't put it at the back bench. You see even this recent one, I see people they still they come, then they sound up. But when they go to parliament now, then they're afraid for talk. Then they try for talk in favor of who they stand. So you begin to ask yourself as a citizen, these people are practically doing good, some of them. So they look practically good in the environment. But again, when they go to parliament, then they say on the social media, then they stuck on the area so they make other platform. When they try to convince the government, say, una, for don't discuss or debate this particular auditor general. The one way now the party itself we want favor that. But because of executive power, the pressure that speaker, the pressure the other people, the pressure the other leaders, the one the own so-called oversight committees and so on, then the pressure they say no, let we just. In fact, there's always something else coming up as gradually go. Then they always reflect because we not say that certain auditor general report where there never been debates during previous government. We know. But this is the thing why the drive for talk say, when we say a change is as good as a rest, then we leaders they know. Because this is what they mean a change. People let rest. That makes it a change. In other than they get procedures and parliamentary policies, they get procedure and then they see things that don't go work well for them, we not go develop, Usa will get for go. Nobody now will say there are something not wrong in waiting the mayor do. But it depends the threshold of waiting when they look for. Then they look for something where come out, where you talk say the corruption, the behavior, what the person do, he actually deviates people with totally. Like the lane, the carry go down road for say the duty and what the person they do, they're not for public role. So now the question this now wouldn't the accent. You see? Because what that's going they put a threshold of corruption. You see, we say the intent of the person down in a full way. So now the legal body again, as I say, then the whole say no, waiting can you say, in Boku pass waiting go. So it's up to them now for them to look to that one day. But if they are looking at it from the point of for say now, would they do them only on the basis for say we just want to get somebody where we they get as a scapegoat. Because if you don't they sound, if you don't they resound the other, then they pump out say we want to pull this person, we put your person, so for other politics. So people then would they say that that's not the true thing. But again, it is not pronounced. But again, you don't go underestimate when rumor they come. You must don't get a test of actual truth. So I think you pull the truth inside. For saying that the method when you drive for pull the money, and when you come to legality, once you pay, you are convicted. But they say, not to that one will be no, but let's just decide to pay. So you're in a different platform. But the underlying thing they say, when you do this, now this you can forget. So but I only hope say when NTR they come, because they're not looking into them things there. When you look at the African law, when they try to look into that area of so-called legal response of state corruption, it's like the Commonwealth countries, they then get different drafts the way they don't put and they don't put together so that they go able to look how democracy go able to go before and how they go able to put things who go able for capital things there, because there is a lot where the woman don't recommend. If the woman don't recommend saying I don't think they recommend like the former the one they suspend so from the general who they suspend so they find out say na so-called in our yes, in a statement then what he bring up now the things they get for signing the debate. But all the same, let God make then end up this thing in a way where you know will cause problem and knee jack within the community, the civilians, and between we as people in the country. Not for say affect, not to this with but another long-term development and peace. Thank you very much for giving me the platform, and I hope say things will work out the way we if for work, especially for the sake of development. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, us friend.
You're welcome, yes, sir.
One for say thanks to us friend for his submission today. If you just join me, the mayor in legal team say waiting ACC talk. If they no say they want for doing, I go start with the first lady. Kind of. In case you know been the way I better go through waiting the legal team say. Kind of. That's what they say. I open the phone line now. 232 78990 232 78990 That if you want for call on WhatsApp. But if you want for call direct, you can either call United States or United Kingdom. United States now 1-646-610-3107. You can call United Kingdom direct, not on WhatsApp. 44-739-803-0402. Phone line open now. Unless if you think say we don't do well, then we can leave here and come back for tomorrow. If you're watching on Facebook, looking at the green section, the numbers then did for call and be part of the program. Matilda Jekyll say, make them start with Africanist Pressed. And get beaucoup where they don't give them free service. They say make them start with Sunday first. But again, I'm not saying that not to that we deal with today. Okay, make a come with this person. Yes, call ID live on your name and no side call from, please.
I call London, Lawrence Fox of A Saloon.
Yes, Lawrence, you get 3 minutes.
Yes, sir, boss. Triple, you see, I don't say you didn't hear. You didn't hear that side. Yeah. Anyway, I'll go quick. You see, listen, I'm not against going after those who commit crime. Am I making sense? But they have to be in a way in which, they cherry pick. When you cherry pick, then it becomes crazy. What is illegal is illegal. The law not supports what's illegal. And that foundation that one laid. Yeah. You cannot have the first lady, the cow in lawyer they say you so. You cannot have the first lady. The governments of Salon, they give money, they get up to $5 million United States dollars. Yeah. Then when they get the money, she cannot even give account of. Once they don't use Salon government money, it was illegally given. Then they go take money out they want. The government already asked them nothing, and the first lady is not in uniform. Prosecution. You go say the president, I can understand matter being inside. Because matter being inside are parliaments, purely parliaments, and then for dollar kind of thing. But then, if you know that you anti-corruption commissioner, the cherry pick. We get a rice saga, the rice saga. Remember that rice saga, eh? You're gonna court, bring all the evidence come, when careful withdraw the file. The man then still the work now. They filed in an ACC for which. So if you the cherry pick, then it gives great doubt as to your sincerity to fight corruption. So like you're going against the opposition, wouldn't make sense. And if you go against only the opposition, then you fight's not genuine. Then what you think to say? It's a recipe for rebellion. It's a recipe for war. And we are not going to allow you to go and look at our mayor that we elected now, because if you don't look at, say, Fatima Beauty above the law, so technically in addendum, in conjunction, we'll say back the mayor, above the law. Whether she commits a crime or not, I don't even want to know the nitty-gritty. Because you cherry pick, because you become a nuisance, so it's I don't want to use that word then you show. But the facts why they make it is because you are trying to cherry pick, you're trying for safeguard people the way they in the government structure away from the opposition. You understand? Then we look at like a Samoa Kamara and the courts. The African Express when the whistleblower don't say Samoa Kamara not for answer. The Ali Kaba that we involved in the Ben Kelfada area where they talk about. Let's talk this quick. The Ben Kelfada where they Allah so tell me say they pay money into an account, a company account. With a company then you don't name the company. Then come back and radio talk not to me talk. Understand? So if you cherry pick, then you get all the one that we did free from that chance rebuilding. 4.6 million United States dollars was transferred to United States 2019. Me no say Fatima Biona then start to take that money in the chance rebuilding fund. Davis Francis, 1.5 million United States dollars. So they're not fighting corruption. It's a political witch hunt. So you cannot touch a mayor. If you want to touch with me, you're going to resist. At the time Francis Bekevalo to play, I usually meet them for silence, so we're going to resist. And we're coming for, we come for that country, so we resist. Enough of this nonsense. This nonsense, it don't boku. Enough of this nonsense. They cannot continue to force themselves to us against we own wish, against we will, whether or not they perform. Then they come for come, you look and see them, they don't usurp the institutions of the state. They don't take state authority. They don't take state power. No, with our boots on the soil, we're going to resist. They'll begin to give them the message, they understand. Enough of this nonsense. The mayor is going to be mayor and he's going to continue to be mayor. Thank you, sir. Like other people the chance, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Lawrence.
You're welcome, sir.
Phone line still open. The numbers in the scroll. It's slow, and we will lock the line, and we left here for come back tomorrow. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, they call from London, Bobby.
Yes, Bobby, you get 3 minutes.
Yes, good evening, listeners and Triple A. Which I want to talk about this mayor. We know say this not to force away things in the eye, because now I believe say Ben Kefala the mortgage in life to the citizens of Sierra Leone in other way, because if we did openly do discrimination to young people them, and we always see, we know say they do thing the right way, they witch hunt, politically motivated, and okay, regarding the mayor, other people that they will sign this thing. Why they investigate them? Be truthful to yourself. The mayor, not to any other person, that you salon sister, for God's sake. Waiting the politics don't turn to a salon. Because of politics, even you try for intimidate a woman. We don't say no one is against the law. It's above the law. But waiting this guy they do in a young man, and people they will watch and way young like him. If they sell himself, now they sell himself big time. They mortgage his life. Now it switch for him. They get a long way for leave. But he no. Now some politicians they do. This is really bad what they do. Then they spoil our country and they make people and they free for going invest at the country, all kinds of things. A brat like a small guy like Ben Kefala, he mortgage in life for old people. Wait until they don't get 20 years for leave anymore. You understand? If God no get 6 until they get a chance for leave over 40 years. I mean, all NCR, they don't know, say now the world is open. Everything they're on record, they're on social media. You're not going to hide, go no side. Before if they say ACC boss, nobody not going to sabi. As you meet up and they say, oh, now the ACC, because I remember, small, where they say bank governor, say, hearing name. They say the bank governor don't care now with the run for Gowacha, with the team up no money in motorcar, But now everything then on social media. I like it in a village, you sabi this person face. Wait, say, they know say now this. Me, I'm your own advisor on the forum. And you are left that me all day. Let not bring chaos in that country for in political, which is way the money within the gap. Thank you, now my own contribution on it.
All right, thank you very much, caller.
All right.
Yes, caller, you live on air. You name and where you call from, please.
Hello?
Yes, you did live. Yes. Now you.
Good evening. Memuna to Safa here, commonly known as Memzubi Safa. Papa government, Papa Paopa. Una come up here with me. Una come out here with me. It also bad off that una so intimidated by the good way it do. It make una look bad that una feel say una for bring and down. Una need for stop. I'm not political, but I am not going to stand back and watch you guys bring down our women. It stinks. Una stop. Leave our mayor alone. Leave her alone. Let her do her job. Stop sabotaging her. It bring a 4 year of things we don't do where you get tangible evidence. Una just a talk na paper. Leave her alone. Una try for dull in shine where he come and put out his statement and show me what he don't do. But una fail and una will continue to fail woefully. Leave her alone. That's all I gotta say. Thank you very much for allowing me to join the forum.
Thank you very much, Memzo.
Thank you.
Yeah. Memzo, our last caller for today. We can't leave here. We don't get to a last caller. Everybody get right to your opinion. And nobody not to make a policy statement now, yeah? We not ever stop a person for come and can talk with you and talk. The only two okay always advise people, be respectful. So una where they go and make pocket meeting. We nobody no stop una for call you. You una feel free and talk with you una self one talk. Because una no man enough. What do I want to talk, eh? Una all get you know. What I mean? Because una no man enough na make. That left handy. Because if I talk, it is well. That left. I need talker. But when I say somebody no man enough, you already know. So now there I go left am. ACC. We'll wait for it from una back. We'll wait. Yes, caller. Let's make a quick. You get 3 minutes.
Sorry, Ibrahim. My consolation not get for be long. The only thing like all people then they give advice now will country. Let people then listen. Let people then listen sometime. May them follow some advices the old people then they give. Way they do you work, not for do and generally. Do and clean, begin from the top to the bottom. Let other people don't feel intimidated. Let other people don't feel left alone or being traced anywhere they go. It's very bad. Because don't think when you on top of the ocean, the weather is good, the boat is not shaking, does not mean the sea don't gonna be rough sometime. So let people then work as a team and try to do things the way it's supposed to be. Now that's not my contribution today. Would they big, like me or they talk so all thing within they talk now the social media so disappointing thing, so disappointing thing. But we they pray for them. Let God church their hearts, made them do their work clean the way it's supposed to be. Nagandi no market today.
Thank you very much, Safi.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay, finally. We don't put the tick behind the domot. Until I be the ask na just now. Eh? We tend like if I say we know sabi. Eh? That too. It's like elbow. Eh? Where you put a matapensi bien. There you lock. Boom. So man, I add pot and pan they all. They add pot and pan they all behind the domot. So if you we na begin you be supposed to don't the inside, but for one reason you not the inside, or you don't sleep na do. Because you see that kind of motive don't lock, so how for open for you? Or somebody can whisper, come, I don't care. You come on and do. Eh? Hey. So don't lock the remote right now. But we're there back tomorrow. Mr. Silase, Triple A. They are not forget to for bring come within the diaspora and they not go through na the hands of the people in back home. Man, they won't blow mind. I say now 3 things them are promised this week and all will be delivered. So tomorrow, yesterday we deal with the NIN. And an update on that one. The NIN is being generated right now as we speak. Because I be careful, I know somebody will go for that temporary ID with the you know see the real one right there. The give one with the last I think 60 days or 90 days. Let me see here. Let's see. Also one with the give. How many days it last for? How many days? I want to see this thing quick. Myself one come out here. 90 days. 90 days. It valid for 90 days. So that one day they give you, the national identification number is already generated there. So it's, I go say, in works, in process. Yeah. This is how the person go take na be certificate of registration and citizenship. This now for certify say the person we describe na this paper is registered with the National Civil Registration Authority as a citizen of Sierra Leone, and this confirmation is provided pursuant of Section 25. Then they say registration and citizenship status. Then you get name, middle name, first name, date of birth, sex, mother's name, father's name, occupation, citizen, address, place of birth. Then right under the person in the name, now there you get the national identification number. But this one, then they get it on a temporary one because they're not beginning to get the biometric card yet. But even this temporary one, the person just go take, it gets the national identification number param. So now make I be feel say yesterday, so I be right. Say na NCRA when at the National Civil Registration Authority na then they get that number day. I think it's been generated. It gets numbers and letters. The only fear for this one now, like it's on like let's say like this temporary one wouldn't give this person where the person tell me why no say I say let's snap a layer see the NIN number did it. You did see. So any side where you go for go use this paper, the NIN number did it. So an NIN number, even if not the UK when a national insurance number, I don't think she's supposed to disclose and so. We on social we SS number, social security number in the US, you know they disclose and so. But you didn't have. So you go some side, let's say they send money for you and go pick her. You go with this paper, and the person the way they give, they able to write you NIN number then keep on some side. Because it's right there, right in front. Big one back. Or we own NIN number, yes, and say unique. Then waiting security. I don't know. But that's now be an update where I feel say I'll be able to follow up today and I'll be get them. So I'll be just say yes. It's ongoing. Anybody will go NCRA now, they get an NIN number. But for winner the diaspora, I don't know it too. And the line still did it. This person say it take 1 week back and forth before you get this. It take 1 week. Okay. I make maybe they suggest the need for fix a system in place here now. So I be promised that one day who don't do yesterday. I be promised this who don't do today. I be promised for come out an update on the scam. And the one who get land issues back na salon from the diaspora. Well, go can talk with you tomorrow na ya. Tomorrow na fan will talk with they do. Locally will complain back. You know, say they get for campaign money for election, not so. The opposition now, they always sit down now. All the man get for campaign money. So now we begin with problem in a table bar. Let them see how they suffer. But again, now back who can't talk here, we then come back who give them money because we hope say we then win. Until you know, Okay. Tomorrow, I don't know the counts. The scam, the land. Lawyers then they salon where they help for dupe people them na the diaspora. But to go and do that tomorrow. Salon police, CID, na motuka with all of state today the motuka not show up it. And na so the get foot they take place. We'll get an update tomorrow. The one that will be don't contact me. Una ready tomorrow. For can give una yon story. Okay. Go there back. Till we meet again. Triple say, tata.